Hello and welcome back to Rule the Waves 2, the naval strategy game where you play a role of the Grand Admiral who designs and orders the fleet, as well as the battle commanding admiral. We are playing the Imperial Japanese Navy, and currently Japan is at war with the Soviet Union for now 31 months. We are winning very hard, but so far the Soviets refuse to sign a peace because they want to fight the absolute war or something like that. So we will have to continue fighting them, crushing their navies, and we'll see how that goes. We're currently in 1948. And we played the 1920 start with the Washington Naval Treaty and tried to keep it alive as possible for as long as possible. But obviously this is long gone, and in between there's been a naval treaty of which the remnants are still visible in our fleet. Those 5 battleships here, which I call the treaty class, those are 18,000 tons and 12-inch guns limitation. It is about time that I get rid of those though, but we'll have to see when I can afford it. I can look at the Japanese and I could probably afford to get rid of them right now. Have to see what they're doing. They're building 4 50,000 ton ships right now. What I definitely could do is mothball them to save money while I don't need them, because the Russian fleet is fairly weak by now, and it's mostly on the other side of the world. We see some here, 5 battleships, and if I look at what I have now left, those 5 of mine should be more than enough to deal with them, as they are better, and the 3 Yamato class ships are among them. So yeah, we'll mothball them, and that should save us a ton of money and probably allow us to build more ships that are needed right now. What would be needed is probably battle cruisers. In carriers we are among the most powerful. The British Navy now has caught up with us after we were initially leading by far. But so far I think we are set up pretty well. So let's continue. Heavy cruiser is commissioned. A new model of our float planes. We've lost a submarine and a destroyer. And we sunk 4 submarines, that's nice. And they lost a destroyer to our mines. Fleet battle, let's see whether they decline battle as expected. Cruiser action, they decline as well. We'll just continue. New destroyer done. The Soviets sink a neutral ship. That makes the neutrals angry, though I don't really know the influence of that, because so far I've never seen a nation join because of that. It happens when you sink when your submarines sink a neutral ship. That might lead to a neutral power joining war against you, but so far I didn't see that a neutral power joins on your side. Okay, coastal bombardment. Another win, easy wins now. We are making good money now as our ships are, what do we have here? Destroyers, new corvettes. I think so far we should be pretty fine. Okay, so enemy fleets are dominating the seas around some of my islands. Question is how to act on that, because as soon as I send forces they usually retreat. So we have to hope that one of those battles is finally good enough to take them out. Okay, now they aren't here anymore, but they've sent a lot of their ships to me. 2 battleships, 1 battle cruiser, 1 cruiser. Okay. And I think it's time to design a new battle cruiser, as I definitely need some updated capabilities here. And it recommends 15-inch guns, but I want, let's see, what do I have? 16, 17. So I have 17-inch guns with 1 quality. They shoot 41,000 against 39, so it's better than this. Let's take a measurement of 10k. It's 18.8 penetration and 20. So the 17 quality 1 are far better. We are sticking with those. And I think we should, to save weight, we could either increase the size up to 76,000 tons. But at this phase, I don't think it's that valuable anymore, and it doesn't make that much sense anymore, as the as carriers are increasingly dominating. So we will delete this 1 turret, have it, and increase the size of the front turrets to quadruple turrets. The deck armor should be stronger, probably. Let's give it 6. Then it's very resilient against enemy bombings as well. Unfortunately, we only have torpedo defense 3 yet. Let's check 6-inch. We do make a dual purpose, obviously. We want as much AA as we can get. And I guess the rest, the 2,300 tons of overweight, will have to be compensated by increasing the size of the ship, unfortunately. But 47,000 tons is at least not completely insane in size yet. Let's check else. Usually medium is much stronger, should be stronger as far as I know. Let's check this here. That will mean I will probably need to add a few more tons to the ship. Yep. Okay. That looks like a good design. You can go a little overweight, and a few tons won't harm. But in worst case, the ship goes 1 knot slower, and that is obviously something we want to avoid. So I guess that's Tsukuba. Let's Ikoma. I guess not many names left in their database, so let's take the Tsukuma class and design it. Not enough ships and foreign stations. Okay, well, that's usually something you can easily solve with some cruisers, but I see completely forgot that I'm desperately in need of cruisers. Let me see this design. That looks pretty strong. How fast is it? 31 knots, so it should be able to disengage from most opponents. And I'll need more light cruisers. Let's check. When were they built? 35. They're already obsolete, okay, or becoming obsolete. Let's see how is this designed. Okay. 4 turrets in the back. Didn't even remember that. Okay. No. Yeah, that was my AA cruiser. That didn't turn out to be such a successful design. So I guess we'll need a new light cruiser design as well. And I think, yeah, exactly something like this, and we can make it dual purpose on top. We will not walk back on any possibility to get stronger AA. So how much bigger do I have to make it? Just 200 tons. And now too much AA on it. Okay. 4, 2... Does it have flight deck? No, it doesn't. I mean, it could use some float planes, I guess. But let's not make it more heavy than necessary. And I think, I mean, it's expensive, more expensive than battleships in earlier phases. But oh, that's a heavy cruiser now, according to them. Okay. Okay, they want me to make, what is this? Smaller than 10,000 tons. Okay, so we need to design something with 10,000 tons. Six-inch she doesn't really like. But I could even have autoloader. What if I take that away? The secondaries, still far too heavy. Those are 200 tons, still far too heavy. I could make it slower, but that doesn't sound like a great idea. Is there anything we could do? Short range doesn't sound like a great idea either. If we make it 30 knots, would that be enough? Yeah, it would actually be. Okay. Let's make it 31 knots then. No, let's make it 30 knots. Might turn out to be a bad decision. If in the end we run out of if we are facing an overwhelming enemy force, but I guess I'll just gonna risk it. Put on a catapult and add a few float planes with the remaining weight, 2 of them to scout. Okay, what more could we do? Now we can add some more secondary guns for AA. Should we make it 23 tons overweight? Can we afford that? I mean, I have to reduce, yeah, I think I can, because I have to reduce the number of AA, and now it's 1 ton. And I mean, we won't be this unlucky, I hope, that this means we are losing. Wait, be dual purpose and triple or quadruple. Ah, okay. So I either have to choose between dual mountings. For 6-inch I have to go down by 1 caliber. That's 3.1 and 15.8. That's a lot. Range isn't that big of an issue, but from 3.1 to 2.2 is a lot of decrease. Oh, wait, and it still said not for bigger mounts, so we have to reduce the size. That means, on the other hand, that we can stay with 6-inch guns, probably even at another turret. Yeah, easily. Okay, then let's add another turret, maybe 2. Does it still work? Top space? Okay, deck space armor is for some reason the increased. We can make it 3-inch, I think. Yep, and now we have to reduce the AA. But it's all dual purpose now, and it's 3, 6, 7 turrets. That is a lot. I mean, firing arcs aren't ideal. But that's a lot of AA, and we can probably... Could reduce, I mean, armor in this size is probably irrelevant, almost irrelevant anyways. Okay, I can't add torpedo defense. What if I make it magazine box? I think that's the classic armor design of American cruisers. And I can even make it 32 knots and decrease the amount of shells they carry and probably take another plane. Yeah, I think that looks workable. What if I just stick with 2 but have torpedo reloads? Yes, that works. And I can increase the shell number. Perfect. Now this looks now like a workable design, so let's build it. What was this? Too many centerline guns and torpedo mounts. Okay. Which on the other hand means we are again having weight to spare. Not enough for another knot, but maybe for another plane. Absolutely. What would that be? 4 planes. Probably not. Yeah, I would have to reduce the number of guns by too far, the number of shells I carry. But I can probably add some AA here. Yes. And add more guns, more shell, more ammo. Okay. Now let's take it. Too crowded, rate of fire. Well, that's not ideal either. How many? When I have 5 turrets, it's 10 guns. Well, if they shoot faster and I have 1 knot more, I don't. Damn it. Okay, we can make it 2.5-inch deck armor and reduce the number of shells I'm carrying. And 5 tons. Yeah, let's just accept that. Okay. Good. I think that design should be workable. Good, only damaged. I'm always kind of afraid that that a torpedo sinks one of a submarine sinks one of my battleships, but only damaged is fine. And they apparently don't even have the fleet anymore to compete. Yeah, there are shortages. Good thing is I don't even look anymore because they seem to not be able to muster anyways. The good thing is I'm able to afford a lot of new ships, and my unrest is very low, so I don't really care that much about the war continuing for a while. Cruiser action. Okay, this will... Oh, he has a lot of ships here. So I guess I'll have to retreat here. It doesn't seem like a wise choice. What do I have? 1 heavy cruiser. How fast is he? 18,000 tons, 31 knots. Should probably just go close. Well, let's see now. Okay, it's one of their heavy cruisers. So let's check. 2-inch belt, that's not much. 15 6-inch, what do I have? 12 10-inch and 6-inch. So unless I allow him to torpedo me, that should be pretty easy. So occasionally change in direction. Let's speed up too, to make it harder to aim. Thing is though, he is hitting me. Ah, now I'm hitting him. Yeah, and he's already slowing down. I mean, with 2-inch armor and the modern fire control and 10-inch guns, he doesn't stand a chance. And that's it already. Perfect. Easy win. And another one of his ships down. Perfect. So let's put those new corvettes into use. Yeah, let's. I'm no longer accepting peace, because it seems like every time I'm willing to give in to end the war, they are not accepting it anyways. Okay, we have another battle. That's good. Only destroyers though. Okay, what is the mission? Sink 2 transports. Okay, that's a lot of them. You guys are allowed to go in for torpedo strikes. Let's go full speed. And just charge into the middle. Look at those swarms of torpedo. Those look like I'm going to be... That was close. God damn it, guys. You're not supposed to sink your own ships. There are so many torps swirling around. And so many of my own torpedoes. And it's getting really difficult not to be hit by an own torpedo strike. How is it that they are already running out of ammunition? I don't get that. Well, to sink 2 transport ships, I think that mission is already fulfilled. Yep. In all those that are basically stopping should be done with. I guess they don't have the best damage control. So just charging through and hitting them a couple of times, if you put them to the torch, if you make them burn, that should end it pretty quickly. Let's do one more drive through, and after that we can already retreat. I mean, we could go hunt for his destroyers. Oh, they're going up here. Yeah, why not? Let's actually chase them. They seem to be running away. Now let's see. How good are they? Okay, that is new. I never had that before. Usually when I find a ship and have identified it, I get the full information. I never had it before that I'm actually not getting, but I guess it might be that there's some kind of realism included, that when a new ship class is produced and you're in war, you don't get the information. Whereas otherwise you do have it, because you have naval visits, you have civilians in ports, you see them at sea, and so on and so forth. I mean, realistically you wouldn't know every detail, but you would know the general setup of a ship, how many turrets it has, how many, and so on and so forth. Okay, that was easy. And another major victory. So it's about time the Soviets capitulate, but I guess they don't want to. Okay. Let's start with one only, because I need to see how expensive the battle cruisers are. think I can check here. The ship sunk. Okay, I didn't remember the class. That is the biggest ones. The other ones? Yeah, I don't know. Okay, those look pretty modern. 4-inch though. I think I have 5-inch. Mine have 5-inch if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 5-inch. Good. Enemy raid on shipping. Okay. And I'm getting victory points on victory points because they're declining battle but not capitulating. I wonder what their unrest level will be by now. Yeah, I think they should collapse in a decent time. Increases 5 and 6-inch AA effectiveness. That's good. Okay, I lost one by a mine. Okay. Another battle actually happening. Okay, I have my 2 new heavy cruisers. And I think those are beasts. I should probably build a couple more of them. I really like them. The design is so strong. It's far stronger than any enemy heavy cruiser I've seen so far. Let's move down and go for them. It's only one. Okay. Now let's make sure I'm not being hit by a torpedo. Okay. Airstrikes should be coming in as well. Okay, it's what? It's only a destroyer? Yeah. Okay, that one might actually get away if I don't hit him hard enough, soon enough. And if the airstrikes don't get him. Okay, now he's hit. He's slowing down. Perfect. Good. That's it again. My ships didn't even get a scratch. Perfect. Okay. 5 million, so we can afford 2 of them. I have 92 million in reserve. And the last Yamato will be finished in 13 months. So I think I can start another Yakumo. Latest army offensive has been a brilliant success. That's good. Especially after I didn't give them money. Unfortunately only damaged. Fleet battle and they declined. Too bad. Too bad. Would be nice. Oh yeah, I need to design new planes. I've forgotten that. Yeah, and they keep declining. I guess they decline again, or they don't have enough ships ready. Okay, flying boat is already 9 years old. So let's do this. I want it to have long range and good reliability. Radar assisted gunnery with the Italians. They are my allies. Okay, why not? Decline battle. Decline battle. I'm actually think about what to do with those. I probably can't turn them into a usable aircraft carrier, I'm afraid. Let's see. Flight deck, how many planes could they carry? 47. I mean, that would be better than nothing. In a worst case, like if I were about to be overwhelmed, that would be a good choice. In just 12 months for only 1 million to convert them. But yeah, it would need a higher speed, I think. Yeah, they need to be at least 24 knots. So I'd need new engines, and then it's suddenly 12 months. It doesn't make any sense. I think I'm just gonna scrap them. Doesn't seem to be a point in keeping those. Okay, SSM mounts. So that should mean ship-to-ship missiles. Unfortunately, that isn't implemented yet. Hiryu, okay, a carrier. Unfortunately, fortunately, it survived. I wonder whether they finally accept a peace. Another CV damaged. Submarine, Soviet submarine, very good. Let's see. Wait, there's a battle? Okay. Can I finally sink some of their ships? Their bigger ships? What is this? Another carrier squadron? Okay. Right, those are 2. Ah, okay. Follow those, please. So you guys stick together. We have the 3 Yamatos here. Oh, nice. Finally seeing them in action. And my battle cruisers, and I think, yeah, those are pretty old. Only 2.5-inch deck. That's abysmal. It's ancient. Well, what is the mission? No mission. Okay. How long does the battle last? 800 minutes? Okay, we'll have to see. They scout 2BB's course northwest, so they are running. Okay, then let's go for a strike. Torpedo bombers have priority, dive bombers among them. And can I get... No, I can't send fighters, then I won't. Let's go for the battleships, launch strike, yep, heavy load, go. Next carrier division, torpedo bombers. Don't really care that much whether or not I'm losing some planes. I'm through his cap as long as my strikes go through. So I'm not too bothered about the prospect of him having combat air patrol over him. So I just leave the escorts. Because the thing is, my strike will either sink his ships outright. What was that? Yeah, they're already going, okay. Will either sink them outright or allow my battleships to close in. So there's no need to be worried about a necessity to do more than one strike. I think, at least. What is this here? 2 battleships, course west. Okay. Well, let's see. This up here was another 2 battleships, okay. No hits. Let's see. They're all here, so I guess the battleship is somewhere here. Finally now the torpedo bombers came. Yeah, that 5 torpedo hits, that should make a difference. And another 3, and another 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. God damn it, those poor guys. Just hope my combat air patrol is then able to prevent the same thing happening to me. But yeah, I think that will have solved the problem. I don't think there's much alive after this. Yep, everything sunk. So all they had was 2 battleships, and they got sunk. And I had 1 patrol boat being shot down. My total losses, yep, that's all. They lost 1 plane, okay. I lost 6 by air to air, and 1 operational loss. Easy, too easy. Yeah, it's like, it's a little bit annoying they could capitulate. They won't. 2 more battleships down. I mean, I only have 5 in service left, okay. But thing is, I guess that was one of the ones I sunk. Okay, look pretty powerful. But I guess, oh, that must be one of them as well. 8 16-inch. Okay. Yeah. It's too easy. It's becoming too easy. And all the time the end of the scenario is creeping closer. So I guess I can use this to gain more prestige. And every decision from now on should just aim for prestige as the game is about to end. Angled flight deck already? Oh well, 49. I can't remember when the British invented it, but it wasn't too long after the Second World War. So I guess it makes sense. Okay, let's check here. Longest range is this one. It's the fastest as well. Firepower lower. Toughness is high. I never use them as bombers, but bomb load is good as well. Very nice. Oh, I guess for this, like bombing submarines, it will help. Another raid on coastal shipping. I don't think it actually happens. Okay, it's probably only destroyers then. No, I have carriers with me. Interesting, and battle cruisers. And all he has is 2 destroyers. Oh, we'll see. Let's just charge in. We have twilight and day is coming. Okay, then let's have the carriers strike them. That should probably end it right away. I think I'm going to play either. I'm tempted between either playing Imperial Germany in 1900. It might be interesting to play Versailles Germany in 1920 with the Versailles Treaty in effect. And the other thing that I'd be tempted is Austria-Hungary, I guess. the lack of resources should be pretty challenging and nice difference. Because here it's like I'm basically all the problems I had here were self-made, as I was too greedy and kept my ships for too long. Okay, strike exceeds deck load. Still exceeds deck load, okay. But in general, I think it's with Japan you usually shouldn't have that many problems anyways. Yeah. But I think that's a very nice challenge. I played it a little bit in Rule the Waves 1, and the very nice thing about Austria-Hungary is that you can set every one of your ships short range. So you save a lot of weight, which means your ships get stronger despite being smaller. And that is a very nice option for you. Okay. Let's see what happens when my airstrikes hit. Okay. Yeah, I mean, another thing would be like a little bit like I did here in trying to keep the Washington Naval Treaty alive as long as possible, to play with the United States with the house rule, so to say, that I always have to choose the naval treaty option. To make sure because America was the one initiating the Washington Naval Treaty. So in this regard, it would be somewhat realistic, at least to a certain degree. And that would certainly change the game a lot. Because in general, I really like the naval treaty thing. It's just a very nice challenge when you're forced to build very weird and weak battleships. And you still have a few 16-inch ships. And then being forced to finally make sense of the rebuilding option to keep them alive. And I had that I had old ships, 20 years old, almost 30 year old, crushing new ships because my ships were pre-naval treaty and the others just had were limited so much that the 30-year-old ship was far stronger. Yeah, but all they find is transports. It's a little bit like a waste of time, and in the end I'll have to hope that his naval strike options are not big, because I might lose this here if he has enough planes. Question is, I probably should just send my ships away again, because the points I can get here by sinking a few more transport ships are negligible. There aren't many. They only have 2 destroyers here. I've sunk all of the rest. Yeah, let's just send them back. There's no point in wasting time here, and maybe this will mean I'm lucky. Wait. Those are planes, aren't they? No. Those are spotted ships. Okay. Well, I can have a few more carrier strikes, I guess. Let's do one here. But, I mean, the war is won. The Soviets just don't want to accept it yet. That's the only issue. Let's go. So I need to find some some sense in that. Other things, when I play it offline, it's kind of nice to always put yourself in a game you've played a couple of times. You want to create a challenge for yourself or some theme. So I try to build a fleet that would make sense in historic terms as well. Meaning, okay, pause. I don't want them to torpedo my battle cruisers. Trying to build a fleet that like it might have been in reality. So, for instance, with the Japanese, I would aim for an 8-8 fleet or an 8-4 fleet, having 4 battle cruisers and 8 battleships, and replacing them every 8 years. So, in this way, I'd have the cycle set for myself, when to build which ships and when to replace them, something like that. I need to make some reason why I'm replaying it every time, because in the end, I enjoy it, but I think you can increase your enjoyment if you try something in particular. And as I think it was initially that you had the option to conquer home areas as well. But as this is removed, I'm not sure whether it was in Rule the Waves 1, I think so though. But as this is removed, you can't aim to crush a certain nation. I did one test run with Germany in the Versailles Treaty, but that was quite a challenge. Because the issue there is that you have the naval treaty, but the events are going the normal way. So you can't go for prestige too much, you can't raise tension too much, or you will face a war when the Versailles Treaty is still in place. Which for me meant that I had to choose options which prolonged the Washington Naval Treaty. And the other nations had battleships that were usable, and I didn't. And I then had a war with the Soviet Union, which had, 10 battleships, and I had 0, because I was limited to 8-inch guns. And that didn't sound like a very challenging game, so I stopped it at this point. I'm not sure. I might try this to play the Germany with 1920 start, but I have my doubts that this is actually feasible, because unfortunately they haven't programmed the AI in a way that it leaves you alone until then. Okay, another win, and I mean the victory points are pretty decisive. Okay, another battle. Most of the time they just stop. But it seems they come out again. Maybe they have shifted some troops. I haven't even checked what the estimated fleet was they are having. But I don't think that they are in any way an issue. Let's check them here. 6 and 10, let the 10 follow the 6. Yep. Okay. Okay, transports. I have a bombardment target, yes? Yeah. Okay. Those cruisers I designed turned out to be really strong. By far they have the strongest cruisers, and as the Russians are still using cruisers. I had a battle at Balikpapan in the Indonesian archipelago, and it was just a crushing defeat for the Soviets. With these ships, it's just insane here. 18,000 tons and 12 10-inch, that's basically a battleship that's stronger than most pre-dreadnoughts were. Okay. Maybe I can kill the destroyers this time. Oh yeah, and I could launch an airstrike. Where's the naval target? No idea. The bombardment target. Strike. Okay, that's a large division. Dive bomber, I think against destroyers, usually dive bombers should be more effective. But I'm not sure how they simulate it here in the game. Let's see. Just charging in now. Is that a Soviet one? No, those are mine. Okay. Where is the bombardment target? I think it was here, wasn't it? But I wonder why the target indicator is gone. That's annoying. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Okay, let's kill the destroyers first. Okay. Well, they killed the bombardment target first, but I don't mind. And they're hitting. I think those circling is like dodging the air attacks. It's probably just strikes on that one. Yeah. On the destroyer that's dead in the water. Geniuses, so they can report. Ah, god damn it. Chiyoda? This one? And it has just one tick of damage? What the hell is going on here? Well, I won't mind, I guess. Yeah. That's it. Okay, they say 3 more DDs up here. They've spotted a DD here. DD, a lot of destroyer sightings. Unsighted. Whatever, I guess they're bombarding some transports. Let's go in here and check whether there's something up here. I mean, it's kind of risky because if those are actually destroyers, I might not be able to dodge the torpedoes, but I'm gonna risk it anyways. Because we're not afraid of the Soviets. Okay, nothing here. Are they now identified? I haven't even checked. Yeah, now they are. Okay. 6 5-inch guns. That's not that bad a setup for 1600 tons. 33 and 8 tubes. That's actually a pretty good design, I think. Know whether they are dual purpose though. But in general, nothing to be ashamed of. Yeah, let's take up survivors, because we are kind and want to save lives. And of course having some extra points doesn't hurt either. It's getting kind of boring, to be honest. Especially as the Soviets don't seem to be willing to make peace. It's like just waiting for them to finally give in. Okay. Hey there. It's kinda, I'm in a kind of boring phase now, with the Soviets not accepting defeat, without them barely having any fleet left. And at the same time, the game is closing in on its end, with the year 1950 now. But wait, they've sighted an unknown ship. It's just like clicking through and waiting, and here is I should probably just go for the harbor, ignore the transports. I have more than enough points for any usual war to end with a win, but the Soviets don't give in yet, so I guess I'll have to wait, show a little more patience. Oh, okay. It was hit by a torpedo, but had taken only 1 tick of damage. Now it's about to sink. Genius. Let's just stop it almost dead in the water. Guess it ran in a mine, probably. And where exactly are those guys going? Or were those maneuvers to evade a submarine? Limits flooding. Still flooding, I guess. What the fuck? I never had that before. 2 destroyers collided. Okay. Well, they went into port, so I guess in that regard they probably survived. And just... yeah. I'm not sure. Occasionally I feel it's more safe, and especially if a ship is so close to sinking, I don't want to take any risk. Is it part of the manual that they say 10 is safe? I mean, is that in a number of experience? Okay. Well, I had ships continuing to increase flooding with 10 knots. That might have been though because, I don't know, RNG, the damage was too high or whatever. But if I'm at a phase where the ship seems to be almost sinking already, I usually even stop them dead in the water. Especially if I can afford it. I mean, I think the Soviets don't have a single ship here left. No, they actually sent new ships. Okay, good. Maybe I can finally fight them. But usually I just, if I don't have to expect a torpedo attack, I do the safe option and just make sure they are definitely staying alive. Okay, those are old. I could probably, yeah, I could. No, I mean, it's currently commerce rating, so I should leave it there, I guess. Can I turn those into raiders as well? Yeah. Okay. 1000 plus. I should. Let's build another of the light cruisers. I'd love to have more of the heavy cruisers as well. So I really like how the design turned out. But I can't afford it, especially not with all the ships here on duty. Not mothballed, not in reserve fleet. Yeah, and I still have gunnery training. The training activated. Okay. I mean, this is like demonstration and disturbances all the time, but they just refuse to capitulate. I tried it a couple of times to say we should end the war now. Let's do this here now. Oh, okay. Yeah, and I can't even choose something to get from them. I mean, I crushed them completely. Even though they are supposedly still having 9 battleships, but I guess, yeah, 4 of them are treaty battleships. The battle cruisers, 2 of them are. Ships are old, whatever. Okay, 13-inch guns. Should I scrap them already? How long will I have till the next war? How long does a building cost? At last 33. Yeah, let's just risk it. I think no, then the Emperor will be unhappy because I have the lowest number of ships of cruisers and battle cruisers, so I have to wait in scrapping them. But I'm gonna scrap those old battle cruisers as soon as possible. Yeah. Not in home area. Where are they? Northern Pacific. Ah, yeah, they were part of the invasion fleet, I think. Where is Northeast Asia? Huh? Wait. Those, Northern Pacific. Move. Yeah. I should probably just click this and do this. Northeast Asia, okay. Good. Yeah, those are mothballed now. Those I put into reserve. Let's see how much I can mothball, and those I should probably, yeah, let's scrap those too. No reason to waste on those money on those here, and then I need to scrap all the planes on board, which is like annoying. I think, yeah, you still can't, even after the update, you can't select them all. Select more than one. They cost so much to maintain that I just raise them at wartime. Doesn't seem to make any sense to spend, like, what is it here? Now they changed it, now it's getting reduced immediately. I think it was like 10 million a month just to keep all the planes. And with the number I have, it's quite a task. And it seems to me that even though if they are just fair or not good, they are still pretty effective. If I were to face a serious aerial threat with well-trained enemy pilots, I guess it will definitely make a difference. If my fighter pilots, for instance, are just green or elite or experts, but so far I didn't have that problem. And if we look at how much money you need to spend on maintaining those units, it's probably even worth it just building 3 additional aircraft carriers or 4 from the money. Like for 10 million a month, I can build probably 3 good, permanently build 3 additional aircraft carriers, and a vastly larger number of weaker pilots will make the difference anyways. So there seems to be no reason whatsoever to maintain a large number of planes in peacetime. Especially as you can start raising them when the relationship sours drastically, and you know that you will fight a certain nation in a few turns. There is no point in doing that. Okay, should we scrap some more? Osho 48 planes doesn't look like a good deal either. I think, yeah, those are converted ones. Yeah, let's scrap them too. I kept bad ships for far too long. I'd rather build a couple of new ones. Scrap them too. Okay. Let's see. I guess that will probably be not enough. Okay, tonnage foreign station is fine. Okay, it wasn't too many mothballs, so I can mothball even more, I guess. Reserve fleet. Okay. Can I mothball them? Get away with it? I can. Perfect, and we take another light cruiser. Okay, we want to go for prestige now as the game is basically ending. So let's take that. And we build 2 more of the battle cruisers, and then after that I'll need more carriers. Especially after the number I already scrapped. So let's see. Let's mothball that one as well. Those are active fleet. Put them into reserve. Can I get away with it? No, I can't. Okay. So I need 1 of them in reserve, I guess. Yeah, and you're right, the tonnage in foreign station is getting too low. I guess that's a good mission for my heavy cruisers. Yeah, let's sell that. Oh yeah, new flying boat. Range is higher, speed is lower. Range doesn't really make a difference, and I think in that, it doesn't make any difference, I think. Oh well, then I don't need it. Let's check here. Fighter is the oldest one now. That is actually an important plane. We want range on them. Visit from France. Budget. Tension. Let's reduce tension. I mean, France is my ally. And as they've changed the mechanics in a way that you now can actually have them join with your fleets, makes actually sense to have allied fleets to create alliances. Okay, that was our foreign stations. The deficit is okay, especially as the next light cruiser is about to come to service. Can I put that one in mothballed? Okay, good. Light cruiser, 22 aircraft. Why would they even build that? Look at the attention. Oh, I can get Java. Nice. Nice. Does it have oil? No. Too bad. Borneo doesn't either. Okay. Sumatra might be. Sumatra is something I have to look for. Okay. Yeah, why not? 19-inch guns, but I think I already have 20-inched. Yeah, I think they are -1 as well. On the other hand, at this point, big gunships don't seem to make that much sense anymore anyways. Except for some escort in case it is night. Proved arrester-wise, yeah, that's everything. We are complete sellouts. Sell everything. Oh, too bad. No longer in alliance with the Italians. Upheaval in Iceland. Well, we said we want prestige, but tension doesn't help us here. How strong is Germany? 17 battleships. Look at the overall tonnage. It's all treaty ships. All except that one, those two. The rest is treaty ships. I don't really care. Let them have Iceland. Oh, that is a difference. I think I needed new fighters. God damn it. 140 miles faster. Or 130 miles. Range bigger too. What's the fastest one? This one. Range is much higher on this one though. Firepower lower, maneuverability lower. I think this one is better. Let's take that one. Okay, we have 51. I guess that's it then. Budget. Yeah, no way I can increase prestige. Nope. That is, by the way, a nice mechanic that they warn you, that they ask you whether you want to create air units, but leave you alone for a couple of turns before they ask again, so they make sure you don't forget it without getting too annoyed. I think that's very well designed. I'm always happy to complain about problems, but I think in this regard they've done a very good job. Okay, mothball. That one too. Or is too much more mothballed? No, it isn't. Okay. Oh, and my first battle cruisers come into service. No, Soviets don't get destroyers. Okay, 2 new battle cruisers. A little better than the old ones. Yeah, just a little bit though. Despite only not even having twice the size. Yeah, but that is, I think those two guys those boys are powerful. Let's scrap those 2 for that now. And those are reserve fleet, I guess. Mothballing of that one. That Shinano is already getting old, okay. We have 19 million budget surplus. Despite this tension. Holy. And despite only they have twice the amount. Wow. I mean, I guess that's realistic, but god damn it. They swim in money. Oh my god, they are reaching 1 million tons in battleships. Still having a lot of... Look at all those treaty battleships. God damn it, they don't suffer from too little. 17 carriers. Oh, yeah, that was it. I wanted to build additional carriers. Let's build one more. I don't, even though I think the game is about to end anyways. But let's design a new carrier. Wait, didn't it say angled flight deck is now possible? Is there any way I can choose that? And what are catapults for? If my ship is fast enough. Heavier load? I don't know. Faster starts? Faster cycling? I mean, 40 tons is nothing, so there's no reason not to put them on them, I guess. I mean, I don't expect them to be bombed, so I can very well do magazine box. Long range. Okay. $107 or 108? 5-inch dual purpose. 6 is more than enough. 100. Let's make it around 110. Should be more than enough. Okay. And we can probably... Can we increase it? No. If we make it, I mean, 108. Can add them autoloader too. I think it said somewhere that if the carrier gets too big, it loses effectiveness. I'm not sure about that though. But I don't see anywhere I could choose angled flight deck. And or is it just cosmetic? Maybe it's an automatic change. That means that from that moment on, planes can start and land at the same time. I've no idea. Well, that seems like a decent enough design though. Akagi. Yeah, that should be fine. Want a stronger navy. Nope, we take prestige. Zanzibar, okay. Yeah. I wouldn't know what I want in Zanzibar, but we take a chance. Okay, tension, prestige, then we take tension. And let's build Akagis. Can build 3. Yeah, let's build 3. Because the next battle cruiser will be done soon. Oil in Nigeria, okay. Guess we should check off the new planes as well. Those are obsolete torpedo bombers. We want range and toughness. September, it should be over in 3 months, if I'm correct. Counterintelligence, prestige loss? Nope, of course not. Wants to sell. Yeah, we take more budget. That's fine. Italy has granted independence to Eritrea. Okay. Regional war seems imminent. Budget and tension. Ah, yeah, why not? Okay, it's 53 now, so how long does the game last? Um, 55, okay. Let's scrap those two. Azuma, okay. More prestige, even better. That one is put into reserve fleet as well. How much do I have? 226 and no, 3 cruisers. 29 heavy cruisers. It's amazing. But I'm still baffled by the US budget, and it's 1.1 million now. Okay, I think then we should probably rebuild them. 16-inch. DP I can put on autoloader. Oh, that's a lot of weight. Let's put it on anyways. Okay, that doesn't change much. Okay. Let's make it a little overweight. Shouldn't be an issue with 55 tons. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. Those are my anti-aircraft cruisers. Let's check what we can do here. 5-inch. Can I replace them with the 6-inch? I don't think I can, right? Yeah. Apparently AA got smaller, that's why I can suddenly put more on it. But unless I want to replace the engines, which I don't want to, I don't think I'm gonna do anything, because they turned out to be a pretty bad design, and I don't see a point in wasting money on refurbishing a bad design. Let's rather build a couple of the new cruisers. Okay, reserve fleet. And those we can scrap. How many do I have? 3 of them. Let's scrap the first one. Anti-missile jamming system, okay. It's gonna be interesting. Medium bomber. Shorter range. Hardly faster. No bigger bomb load. Nope. And not even as tough. No reason whatsoever. Mothball. Okay. Okay. Let's build more of the light cruisers. I think I should probably think about doing 1 or 2 more of the carriers as well. Torpedo bomber range. This is by far the longest range. It's almost the fastest. It's by far the best one. Even though the bomb load is smaller, but the range is so much bigger. Okay, let's make that one obsolete. Float plane scout. Oh, why not? Range, reliability. French. Yeah, why not? Okay, let me see. I'm building one and it's done in 14 months. Just want to see whether or not I can accept a naval treaty anytime soon. Supported by Germany. Let's give them an ultimatum. Okay, we are at war with Germany again. And I think that is about the time, the last war we will face in this game is about the time to wrap it up for this session. Next time we will face Nazi Germany with its 17 battleships against my 6, 9 battle cruisers against my 5, but at least in carriers I have superiority. 3 against 10 cruisers. This is going to be interesting, and the AI makes them build submarines like madmen. So this will be interesting, I guess. Will be much bigger of a challenge than I might have anticipated. But we'll have to see. They have nothing close and they don't have any bases, so we'll have to see. Anyways, we'll wrap it up for now. Thank you for watching. If you haven't yet, then please consider following, and see you soon. Goodbye.